Welcome back to day 2 in Lausanne, Switzerland. Today's adventure, a luxurious wine tour. But first, a quick get ready with me, breakfast, and we're on the road. All right, y'all, we are headed down for breakfast. Got ready today, a little neck candy, little arm candy, nice little ASOS sweater I thought would be really, really nice for the cold weather here. And tried to shape up the beard today. I don't know if I did a good job or not. It's always a struggle when you're traveling. And then obviously pull the color of it off. That's what we're giving today. Headed down to breakfast and we're gonna get this day started with a good meal before we head to the wineries. I'm excited. Now, if y'all aren't familiar with me by now, then my first stop is gonna be breakfast. And what is breakfast without a little view, baby? But before we get into that, let's talk about this meal. We got everything I need. I got my eggs, bacon, salmon. I got my pastry, my fruit, my cheese, prosciutto, and deli meats. It's just divine, man. And look at this. How luxurious is this? How luxurious it is to just look out the window and see a lake and these mountains, and to know that we're having breakfast in a castle. It's just mind-blowing to me. And I have to tell you guys, the service, exquisite. When I tell you they are at your beck and call, it's quite amazing. Of course, my breakfast compadre, she has her cute little plate. I just think it's so adorable with her little fruit. It's so glorious. Let's get into this day. So excited.
Also excited.
Have you been outside already?
No.
Oh, I thought you too. I was like...
That was from my window. What kind of earrings are those? The black ones.
The black ones?
Mm-hmm.
I got these when I was in Bershka.
They look like Tiffany.
Oh.
Tiffany makes that tea.
Oh, really? I just thought it was a cross.
I was like, those look like...
How was your night of rest?
Yes. Except, I just saw your message about the tea this morning. First of all, y'all were cracking me up. But I sat in my little chair by the window, had a little cup of tea, took all those pictures. I was like, I love this.
I got in last night and I was like, I looked inside and there were indeed herbal teas. I was like, oh, this is perfect for nighttime.
Yep.
I made myself some tea and I read.
I read too. I read a little bit of my book and then immediately passed out.
Oh, I'm saying, I again fell asleep with the book open while lights still on. We are on our private wine tour. We're headed to the wine tour, I should say. Car. There's Aria. See her. Look at Lake Lemon. And those are actually French Alps. Not Swiss Alps. Just learned that. Been saying that wrong. I love it here. Some of this reminds me a little bit of like how Cape Town is situated. Just kind of the way the houses are built going up the hill. Y'all, can we just get into this view for a second? I mean, here we are riding up the side of this mountain, and the vineyards are all along the side of the road as we travel further and further up into the mountain. Now, this wine tour is going to be interesting because what you're going to see is this place where they actually grow the grapes. We're going to learn a little bit about the soil. We're going to learn a little bit about the process for which they grow the wines, the seasons. We're going to learn all of that. So today's wine tour is going to be a bit more educational. You're also going to get some views. You're also going to get some wine. But I think first, we're going to listen to our guide give us a little bit of backstory on exactly how this vineyard came to be.
And the site is... we are not allowed to build new houses. The only new construction we are allowed to build are for the population, like a hospital, a school, or that kind of things, but not private.
Wow.
If you have a house that is not classified, you're allowed to erase it to make a new one, but you have to follow very strict rules too. Dimensions, colors, kind of material that is used, that kind of things.
Wow.
So I like to begin here because we are in this village of Lavaux, and we have here a very simple old house that reflect exactly the way that were built these villages and these houses. These villages, they were built. Of course, we don't have the first houses.
Am I allowed to throw this in here?
This is maybe not here. The other
that
one.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Because this is for the green things. So here, for example, we have, we can just have a look here, and then we will come back. So here you can see these large windows we have here. These were houses built to produce wine, but today there are no more wineries. Okay? Same way. And it's interesting also to notice the walls, because of course we like to see these many colors, but they were built with these stones. And you will see these stones in all the walls around the vineyard. The vineyard is terraced, so there are lots of walls, okay? They were not rich enough to build with square stones, well made and prepared.
So I'm gonna be very honest with y'all. I was actually prepared to go to a winery, sit down, drink the wine, have more wine, and then eat the food and have more wine. But I have to tell you, there is something particularly special about hearing the passion with which she is telling us about the history and the way the wine is processed, how the grapes are grown, every little detail. There was nothing she did not know. Everything, the history, all of it. We got such a great experience because we were with someone who really knew so much about what she does. And it shouldn't come as a surprise, but I think it's just fascinating because we love wine, we drink a lot of it, but how much do we really know about it? So to get this experience in this beautiful place and to walk in the vineyards, like amongst the vines, was amazing.
We have 460 kilometers of walls in this vineyard, about 10,000 of terraces. We think that they did it in 300 years around. So that was this crazy adventure that allowed the bishop to pay for its cathedral.
All this for a cathedral.
Exactly. In fact, they started to build the cathedral about 20
Yeah, that is really, I would have never known that. That's so interesting.
History for the main of it is just about deduction and evidence it's simple. You don't have to search for some complicated thing. They just have to be fed, found a place to sleep, and being warm.
Yeah.
So when you catch all this information, you can understand almost everything,
Yeah,
Makes a lot of sense.
makes a lot of sense.
Y'all, I gotta tell y'all, this is my favorite day. Can you see that? I can't even believe I'm here, walking through a vineyard. I'm walking through a vineyard. What is my life right now? And it is so beautiful. Can you just see that behind me? I'm like struggling to catch up with them, but we're actually in the vineyard right now. I can't even.
The majority is Chasselas. Obviously now I cannot tell you. I know that square it's Pinot Grigio because I know it. But the others I cannot tell you because of course they came to cut, and the wood you can see here is dry, it's dead wood. You cannot recognize a color or anything. It's difficult to find out which one it is. That makes sense.
Okay, we're walking again, trying not to fall.
They did something very special. To avoid this lack of 3-4 years, because they changed the variety. If the plants are young, and their strategy is to say, we don't want any more this Chasselas grape, for example, we want to plant some Pinot Grigio, but we don't want to wait. They came they cutted the trunk, the part, the stalk, and they fixed a graft of the new variety.
Oh,
They
that's
grafted
interesting.
it on the old stock.
How do they do that?
That's very complicated because these plants, they don't heal very well.
This is amazing. This little house right here.
Speaking about we said about the conventional and the organic, but there is a higher respectful level, which is the biodynamic. They are much more in alignment of planets, the moon, the tea they can spread around. It's not tea, but it's plants. That's the point. And these people, but for those who work in organic, sometimes they go in that direction too, is that they work with the soil. Soil is a partner. Sometimes to give some nutriments to the plants, they will change the pH of the soil. To do it, they have to spread some seeds of other plants that will influence the quality of the soil. It's nice because when you come at spring, it's a bit early right now, but I saw some here, but it's not spreaded this much.
Okay, y'all, we are on the lake.
We have this desolate, as we said at the very beginning, that is here. Here is the village of Hectares. Now you can see the cliffs at the top. That's where the ground was detached and slided down. There are here, and there is a small one that is even behind the house here. But you really can see that here the land has just gone down. It's really strange.
Literally at the lake. So my mind was already blown by walking in the vineyards. But this moment right here, sitting on these chairs that are built onto the rocks, sitting on Lake Geneva or Lake Lemon, exquisite. This is where we were. This is a must, an absolute must. It's always super fascinating to me to see the process of how wine is made. To walk amongst the barrels where the wine is actually stored, I always think it's pretty amazing. And then it's time to actually drink the wine. We've seen how it grew, we've seen how it's been processed, and now it's time to see how it tastes. And I can assure you that it was exquisite. So exquisite that my travel compadre, I think she actually bought some. Make sure you guys make your way there. And now it's time to wrap up, and our car service is waiting for us to take us back into Lausanne.
Magnolias in front of the hotel. Do you guys have cherry blossoms too?
Yes, but these are real cherry trees. So
Hotel Chateau Boucher is literally a castle. Coming to Lausanne, this is where you stay. Because who wouldn't stay in a castle? All right, when I tell y'all this has been probably one of the most epic days of my entire life, I literally gotta chime in. I know I'm gonna do my recap video later, like my full daily recap, but I am sitting here in the sauna in Hotel Chateau Boucher. And today, earlier, we went on this most amazing wine tour. And then we just walked around Lausanne and just enjoyed Americanos by the water. And we talked about everything under the sun. And we took about a 2-hour sort of like halftime break. I laid down for about an hour. And then I came down here to this sauna to like maybe soak out some of the alcohol, like let it breathe. And that sauna was just so relaxing. It was exactly what I needed. And I just kind of want to deliver a message to you guys, right? I asked God to point me in a new direction. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I love reality TV, but there's a part of me that is wanting to explore other things, and I wanted God to show me. But I felt like God is saying, relax my child. And so I'm just trying to listen to that. Honestly, I just want to hear God at this point. I want to hear what God is telling me. I want to receive the abundance that he has for me. I want to receive the abundance that I know is actually already surrounding me, even as I'm on this trip. And it's already happening. It's already existing. It exists. I am living in the abundance. The money is with me. It is continuously flowing into me. And I've really begun to think about how I speak to myself, how I speak about myself, how I speak to and about other people. And being here in Lausanne and in Switzerland in general, I have just seen how the people have just been so kind to us in so many ways. And I just needed to stop and just tell y'all, I am so thankful for this experience. And every day just gets better and better and better. What in the world? All right, so that's my little midday rant. I'm gonna dry off, shower, and then it's time for dinner. We are at Le Dinner, and the menu looks, well, I can't see it, but it looks divine. It's a cute restaurant. We are actually still in the lake. You can't see it. I can't see it, but trust me, it's there. Maybe once we leave here, I think for safety, just from city and then post, and be 2 cities away.
Fair. I don't know if you're planning to do it a week or 2 after the trip.
Maybe I could do that, but some of it I kind of do want to. I'm doing these style, and then I'm doing every night I sit down, I recap my day, I talk about the highlights and just anything that I've thought of, and I feel like that also gives another fresh take on the stuff that I did. It's very good. What kind of day is this? We've taken you on a wine tour. I took you to church in the sauna. And now it's time to take you to dinner. And of course, the chef prepared an amuse-bouche for us to welcome us to the establishment. And of course, I had to have a nice, crisp glass of champagne to go with our amuse-bouche. Why not? You can't have dinner without champagne and amuse. Then it's time for the salad. Now this to me was great because it was light. It was refreshing. It was the perfect way to start the meal, which honestly, y'all, this ravioli that you're about to see looks delicious. Check out this. It's time to dive. Got more San Pellegrino on the way. How was it? Let me go ahead and let you guys know that the ravioli was divine. I happened to see a woman sitting beside us having this made. And of course, I had to ask, what is that? Our server told us that he made the tiramisu right there in front of her. And y'all know I love me a dessert. Of course, we had to have the same. To see this process in action, the way he is so fluidly just whipping and dipping and stuffing and scooping. It's like art, man. This was honestly another little luxury for me. And I know I talk a lot about luxury on this trip. And some people think when I mean luxury, that I'm meaning something ostentatious. But sometimes luxuries are the small little delights that just bring you joy. And that, to me, is the true form of luxury. Now, dessert is always on the menu as far as I'm concerned, especially when it's tiramisu. And having your tiramisu made for you in front of you, that, my friends, is the life. And now, dessert is served. I want you guys to notice we are sharing this. We're on vacation. We still got to watch our calories while we take in all of this fabulous champagne prosecco, and wine. And now, the taste test. The moment of truth. Is it as good as it looks? Well, my friends, I gotta tell you, it's every bit as delicious as it looked. My God, delightful. What a way to end a perfect day. And of course, you gotta stick around because we're gonna be recapping this entire day. But what you'll notice is in this recap, as in with the rest of the recaps, you'll get a different perspective on the day as I look back on it and remember some things that maybe I didn't include in this video. You definitely want to tune in for the next part in this series, recapping our last day in Lausanne. Now, the next part of our adventure, we're going to be taking the Golden Pass, which is a fabulous luxury panoramic view train to Grindelwald. You will not want to miss the upcoming videos in this series. But first, be sure to subscribe to this channel if you like travel related content. Like this video and comment down below any suggestions or questions that you guys want me to answer in future videos.